I love your hair. What did you do? Did you have it relaxed? But it doesn't look relaxed.
Thanks, my dear. It's a Brazilian blow dry. You heard of it?
Huh? Brazilian blow dry? No, I've never heard of it. Looks great. Is this some kind of relaxer? And as she proceeded to explain what a Brazilian blow dry was, by the end of the fun day, my mind was made up. My next hairstyle was going to be a Brazilian blow dry. The only complication was that the lady who did Idioma's hair lived in Oxford. Brazilian blow dry was popular in my area, but the hair salons I made inquiries with had no experience of Afro hair. I reasoned it made more sense to go to the same lady that did 2 hours later, I was still in the bathroom, desperately trying to put the wig on. I just could not get the wig to fit properly, and I looked odd. How on earth was I meant to fit a full lace wig with glue all around my head and get it to sit perfectly? It was hopeless. No matter how hard I tried, the wig looked horrendous on my head. Oh!
Good morning, good evening, whatever time you may be watching. It's your girl Ruby Suze. I hope you're well. I hope life is treating you real good. I'm a bit hyped, maybe because I got fresh into lock. So I know I've spoken about my locks so much, but I've never actually told you why or how I got my locks installed. So what happened is that I had been playing with my hair for quite a long time in terms of my natural hair. For those of you who've been following me for a while, you know that I did a big chop and I literally cut all my hair off, shaved the back. I had this high top going on and I absolutely loved the hairstyle. The problem was, if I'm honest, I started to feel like, I don't know, there were certain looks that I was going for and I just wanted to change, and I wanted length, and I also didn't want to have to deal with my hair, so combing it every day and all that kind of stuff. I just didn't really want to deal with it. And so I decided instead to go with the crochet. So that's when I met B Crochet Creation. Please go check out her. She is amazing, so professional at crochet braids. So I did my crochet braids and I was loving it. I was loving the volume, but then I was getting irritated because the hair started to tangle and I knew I couldn't use human hair, yada 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 yada. So I was just like, what am I going to do? Okay, maybe I should just be braiding my hair. But then I didn't like the way braids came, because with my hair it grows back so quickly. The front of it won't be slick anymore. The back of it usually drops out because it was too short or too fine. The back hair always falls out and I was just like, I can't be doing this any longer. So with this frustration, in amongst all this, what am I going to do, I found this amazing book by Oby Bamidele. By Oby Bamidele, and the book is called Me, My Hair and the Rest, and she really speaks about her journey, her hair journey, how she went through different hair. And I was that girl, I was that AliExpress girl who was searching for hair, and I always wanted the texture that was as close to my natural hair as possible. Now when my hair was relaxed, my hair was actually this length and I loved it. I loved that bob, but I mean a relax would only last maybe 2 weeks before regrowth comes, which I didn't mind, but then it'll get to like 4 or 5 weeks and I was getting lazy and I'd be breaking off people's combs, like the, you know, the rat tail bit, just, yeah, it'll just broke off. So I started reading this book and I really enjoyed it. In fact, I think I finished that book in one weekend. I literally finished it in one weekend, in one day, one Saturday. I think I started it on a Friday and by the Saturday evening I'd read it all. And I read this book and I was like, yes, to every single page. There was a time where she discovered that something had gone wrong with the hairdresser with this Brazilian blow dry. Literally, she tried every hair trend and every hairstyle under the sun, and it had gone wrong, and talking about how much the hair means to you and the effect it has on yourself self-esteem and your confidence, and having to like phase in a new hairstyle and work out your hair appointments so that at the workplace you don't get all these questions from people who don't understand how black people change their hair. So it came to the Saturday and I'd finished the book and I thought, what do I want, right? I was on the verge of deciding what to do with my hair, and I usually decide what I'm going to do with my hair a month in advance. So I was now trying to figure out, what am I going to do with my hair? And I remembered a visualization that I had done months before, prior to reading this book, and it was by Lisa Nichols. And in the visualization, she talks about visualizing yourself on the stage. And when I did, I saw myself with red locks. Now, funnily enough, in amongst all this confusion of what I'm going to do with my hair next and reading the book and etc., I was considering getting faux locks done, and I was very specific about the faux locks I wanted. I did not want the faux locks that were shiny. I did not want the faux locks to look like very bulky on my head. And I didn't want crochet locks. So I wanted to be able to do all these fun updos that I always usually do. When I researched the cost of having individually faux locks put onto my yarn braids, or faux locks put onto my head, I was like, that's expensive. That's way expensive, and I don't know how long it's gonna last. And by some random Googling search, after I read the book, I found permanent lock extensions. And it was like a massive light bulb in my head. So I decided based on that to get permanent lock extensions. And then I went through the whole journey of researching, finding, looking for someone who would actually install them. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I arrived at having permanent lock extensions. I blame it on Oby. It's her book. And Lisa Nichols. But ever since having them installed, I'd never ever go back. And I mean, I've had times during this lock journey when I've been like, oh, maybe I should cut them off. Because I feel like they're not as I had, like, perfect as I had originally wanted. So there is one, I think I tried to say in my update video, there is one here that is like kind of it looks malnourished. I'll get that out later. I can't find it now. That's gonna annoy me. Every time I go to look for this malnourished look, I can't find it. But there's one that's like really, really fat, and then it's really, really skinny. Oh, two people look like they're gonna fight on the roundabout. Yep, they're fighting. Anyway, there's a malnourished lock, so it doesn't look like it was built the same thickness the whole way down. Some of my locks at the back feel really thin in comparison to the rest of them, so I am a little bit like, I'm not sure what's going on. But then when I do a fresh interlock like I have now, I do feel really slick. Hi. Hey. But I do love them. I just love the ease. I love the simplicity. It was the best decision I've ever made. I think lots of people who know me was like, this is the best thing that could have happened to you, because I just love the fact that I can just wake up and I can just go and I still look good. Whether I've got makeup on, no makeup, whatever, I'm still rocking my locks. So yeah, I'm really loving them. I will tell you one more thing. I've becoming more and more confident in wearing my locks just down. I wasn't so confident at first. I don't know why, but I was reluctant to wear them down. I think because I felt like they looked really flat. But now I'm just more confident in just wearing them down. I think maybe as they've gotten longer, I like the shape more, or maybe I'm just becoming more confident. I feel like wearing my hair in locks is like a political statement. And it's unintentional. I think people might see me and perceive me as a certain way and be like, oh, you know, she's got locks, so therefore she's like earth, peace and harmony. And that's just not the vibe I'm going for. That's not what I'm like. And I feel like hair is like political in some ways, or can be seen as political, especially certain hairstyles like my locks. But maybe that's just me reading into it. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this quick story time about why I got my locks installed. Please do hang out on my channel. Make sure you leave a comment down below. If you want to know anything more about my locks, how I look after them, etc, etc, please do leave me a comment below. Okay, on to my next video. Give me a thumbs up. I will see you on the other side. Bye.